Hi my loves, welcome back again to my channel. So today we are going to be checking out why I'm not moving back to US after living in Germany for over 4 years.
Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Zoe Marie and I film videos here on YouTube in the category lifestyle, travel, and fashion. Today's video is going to be 7 reasons why I'm not moving back to the United States. The sponsor of today's video is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for type of content for me. It definitely helps me out and just shows that you support my channel. So let's just jump right into this with number 1. So I've been getting a lot of comments from some of my subscribers asking when I'm gonna go back to the States or if I'm gonna go back to the States, and that's basically the reason why I'm making this video, because from my perspective at this moment in time, I do not see myself ever moving back to the United States. I've gotten a taste of something different. And this is not to say that the United States is, you know, just something totally bad. It's just my perspective and the reasons why I really love Germany and want to stay in Germany or in Europe. So, number 1 is safety. I find the safety here in Germany completely different, obviously, than New York and New York City, but I actually feel as a woman quite safe in general here in Germany. I don't feel like I have to clutch my bag, clutch my pearls every time I'm walking down the street. I generally do feel very, very safe in the streets. Obviously, you know, maybe there might be some stairs. More specifically, if I'm walking at night, obviously you need to keep yourself on guard. I'm not saying drop your guard when you're here in Germany, but I generally do feel safe. I always felt in the United States, especially in New York, because that's where I'm from, that you just have to keep your bag close to your chest. You just have to really look out. It could be different for other US states, but for New York, especially if I go into the city or if I'm just in a little rural area of New York, I just feel like I have to, you know, watch out. And of course, this is not to say that crime and crazy stuff does not happen in Germany. It's just not so big as it is in the States, as it is in New York. Number 2, it's actually quite easy to...
So for the safety part, I always say safety is actually a very paramount thing. Um, was it late 2023, my phone was actually snatched from me. It was a crazy experience, to be very honest, because the group of people I suspect that did that to me was actually elderly people. And seeing if an elderly person can have the mind and the guts to do that, imagine what younger people are doing. Actually, the safety measure here is actually very low. I actually get where she's coming from with safety. Currently, I'm a nightlife person, but these days I don't dare go out at night because it's actually at your own risk entirely. So safety is actually a top tier for me, top notch thing for me. And seeing Germany is that safe compared to the United States, and even compared to where I'm from, is a lot. If I'm in her shoes or in her, I don't think I would think of. I don't think I'll ever have the thought of coming back, since I can enjoy safety, and say safety is the first thing on our list is a lot. Yeah. Okay. Well,
go back to New York from Germany. Normally I would have a layover, for example, in either Paris or Amsterdam for maybe an hour, and then it's just a 7 hour 20 flight back to New York. So it's not like across the world. It's not like New York is so far from me that I don't get to see my parents, and I am quite blessed that I am able to go back to New York at least twice a year to visit family, so it doesn't feel like I'm completely ostracized here in Germany. On top of that, I do FaceTime with my family every day, so this deep homesickness doesn't really take me over. It's obviously there, but it doesn't overwhelm me because I do get the chance to visit my family often. Number 3, Germany is very, very family friendly. I mean, I've never been anywhere where it's just like so family oriented. I've never seen this before, and for me it kind of warms my heart because I do want to start a family, and I would love to start a family in Germany. And the fact that things are just so, you know, child friendly. There's like little grandmas looking out the windows, watching the kids walk home, making sure, you know, everybody's getting to where they need to get to. I don't know, I just feel like to have a family here in Germany, it would be really safe. For example, if I were to have a family in the States, I personally feel like I would never let my child walk home after school or even walk to school. And if they have to because of circumstances like I have to go to work, I would just be shaking because I would be in such fear. I have just seen such crazy things happening in New York with missing children and just that whole works. And here in Germany, it's not really a thing like that. You see kids, like little kids walking home, and it's just
Yeah, I'm growing up. Yes, I actually walk from home to school, and yeah, my school is actually very far from home. Then before I enrolled, after my JS 3, I then went to a boarding school. But I actually work all my time in my secondary school, primary school. I always walk home. You always see children walking back home. It was actually a thing that was around 2013, 2012, 2010 ish. But currently in the country, you rarely see kids like parents that look out for their kids that much. You rarely see them walk from school to the house because it's actually not very safe as it used to be. A lot of things have changed, time have changed, the country is getting worse and badder. People are looking for means to survive, and it's actually not a thing because there are several cases of missing kids, missing things entirely. So parents don't do that anymore. But you still often time we still see people work from school to home, but in group, not alone.
everyone understands that it's just a safe environment. It's actually normal for kids to walk home alone, and they always get to their destinations. So I really do love that about Germany. I cannot wait to actually start a family here. The fourth thing why I would not leave Germany is the school system. The school system in Germany is really good, as well as it's free. The aspect of paying for university in New York, you're paying like arm and your leg. That's actually what it costs to go to university. I think it's not right. I personally don't think that you should be paying for an education. I think a lot of things, but the point is in Germany, you don't have to do that. If you're going to university, you can pay absolutely nothing for university, just the school fees, which could potentially be 500 to 600 euros, but I would pay that 600 euros definitely compared to a 30 grand tuition, definitely. And I think if I have a family and I want to have maybe 3 kids, don't judge me, I want to have a lot of kids, but for example, if I want to have 3 kids and I have to support them through college and pay for their university degree, I would probably go bankrupt, I don't know, or eating rice for dinner, only rice, because I could not afford anything else. It's just so expensive in New York to go to school, and I think I can say this for all of the states, it's expensive for a degree, and here in Germany, that's something that you don't have to worry about. So the fifth thing is just going to be
I've heard about from the channel where the Germans talk about German tuition fee being free. And in that video in the comment section, I was meant to understand that it's free, but you have to pay some stuffs. But hearing the stuff you're even paying for is not as anonymous as the original fee is going to be. It's actually a lot, yeah. I love the system. The educational system is actually encouraging people to go to school and be more better because over here you pay through. It's just like a camel walking through a needle to pay for school fees. It's crazy. It's crazy, and the fact that even after going to college and everything, you're still unemployed. It feels sometimes I sit and feel like okay, it's all the tuition fee my parents paid just like a waste because there's no job in the country for people to actually get employed and recover the money they've paid in college and all of that stuff. But yeah, life goes on.
higher standard of living. Every time a subscriber asks me why I would choose Germany over the US, one of the things that I mention is the higher standard of living. Coming from New York, where everything is just so expensive, I mean, it is just ridiculously expensive. I just read this online. Don't quote me on it, but New York City has just been called the most expensive city in the States, outranking San Francisco. Again, don't quote me on that. New York is just expensive, and the standard that you get for what you pay for is so little. You get basically nothing for your buck. and it just makes no sense. But here in Germany, you have a higher standard of living as well as it's affordable. Your whole salary is not gone paying for your rent or your mortgage, and you can still afford to eat, and you can still afford to go out to dinner, go out with friends. It's all still very affordable. Things are taken care of here in Germany. For example, the roads. And this is just a funny story, but my dad and little sister did just visit me. They're already back in the States, but the first thing that my dad said to me was that, wow, what kind of like pavement, what kind of gravel thing are they using on the streets that their streets are so perfect and always perfect? How does it not get destroyed? And he's only saying that because in New York, I mean, like New York, shame on you. The streets, shame on you. The streets in New York, they're ghetto. I'm not even kidding. The potholes in
I was actually gonna say the potholes. Recently, the government did a street, like tarred the road in my street, and currently now the pothole there, you can actually bury somebody inside. It's so deep. The quality of the material they are used is, it's just a no, so low. And wow, I never knew that of
New
America.
York will literally destroy your car. Literally, if you just drive into one pothole, your whole car could be destroyed. Here in Germany, those things are taken care of. So number 6 would be nature. Coming from Long Island, nature really wasn't a thing in my life. I never really looked out the window at the forest. There was no forest around me, or the mountains. There's no mountains around me.
Yeah.
I never was really in that scene. And I wouldn't say I'm like super in that scene, but to actually live in nature and be surrounded by, you know, mountains and the Alps and things like that, it really just puts me personally like in a peaceful mindset to be able to wake up and see that, or to be able to just maybe walk 20 minutes and I can just walk into a forest or see horses. It really is something therapeutic for me, which I didn't have in New York, and I don't know if I would want to give that up again. You just have to see it and be in it to kind of understand what I mean. So the last point that I want to talk about is traveling. One of the bases of my channel is a travel channel. It's partially a travel channel. And in New York, I mean, it just wasn't working. To travel anywhere, even within the States, it might cost you $1 or $2. But here in Germany, we're like kind of center in Europe, and I find that it's very easy to travel anywhere. It's not that expensive. And since my channel is partially a travel channel, this is something that I, you know, need to do. I need to travel, as well as I love to travel. I want to see new places, but I also don't want to empty out my pockets because I don't have it like that. So I don't want to be emptying out my pockets just to go to northern Germany or just to go to the UK. I don't want to do that. And that's the luxury that I have living in Germany, is that I can travel freely, affordably, comfortably, and still have money to spend in the place that I'm going to, basically. So we've reached the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have anything to add why you are not moving back to wherever you're from, definitely leave it in the comment section, or just leave a comment in general about what you thought about my points. Again, this is just a little disclaimer. This is not to say anything bad about the US. Again, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I hope you guys are staying healthy and safe, and I'll see you in another video.
I certainly enjoyed this. With all these points being said, to be honest, I don't think she's ever gonna travel back to the USA. Yes, because these things are actually one of the most important things to mankind, and having all these things at your disposal, are you going back? There's no reason going back to where you're struggling to get all of these things. Um, to see that some of the points you made there, I could actually relate to it, or it's something I've experienced before. It's actually so great. I love how she spoke about these things, and I love the disclaimer she did, not trying to pull down USA, just a point of view. And same thing goes for me. I'm not trying to pull down my country, but just something I've seen, and in respect to what she's saying, my view to it as well. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section.